Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. What up? 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 What's going on? Hey, put something in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Say something to me. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Manifesting bliss. What up? I am goddess. What's happening? What's going on? I'm a little early. Everybody come in, click the like button off the rip for me, please. It helps the algorithm. You know. Um, that's what's up. 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 I am Goddess 369 Coco D in the building. What's up? What's going on? Need y'all to click that like button for me so it can start alerting people that we are indeed live. And I'm gonna show y'all, boy. Hey, let me say this. If anyone is ever in doubt about how this stuff works, this cosmic thing, you just send them some of these videos and send them my way. And I'm telling you, it is it's gonna be very simplistic. I think it's simplistic. And we gonna get on up out of here. Skills, what up? You almost done with it? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Gotta have Uncle Billy. And hey, that's gonna put an S on my chest, Skills, when I get that one. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm probably gonna walk around here thinking I'm William T. Sherman for real. You know what I mean? But everybody in the building, come on in, come on in. Everybody, click the thumbs up button for me. Please do that for me as you come on in the building. Everybody click the thumbs up button. It's 7:14. I had this slated for a 7:15 show. So we about to get started in a few minutes. You know, y'all know what I mean, huh? Y'all know what I mean. Yeah. So today, I had dropped a podcast on both, as you see at the bottom of the screen, both Cosmic Conversations and Spiritual Politics. If you on Google Play, if you on Amazon Music, you on Spotify, or that's podcast button right here on that iPhone, then you need to check out Cosmic Conversations and Spiritual Politics. Today I uploaded the same content to both, and the question posed was, what creates homosexuality? A look into the biological imperative. It's a question that I asked on there to have us kind of thinking about some things. So that is not on YouTube. You have to go check that out either on Cosmic Conversations with Noble and Pooh. All right. Or you can get to it through Spiritual Politics. Okay. So check that out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Let me come over here to YouTube, see what we doing. See what we doing. See what we doing. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let me turn the banner. That's cool. I got that on. All right. For some reason, I don't know why that's bothering me. All right. All right. So y'all ready to rock and roll? Let me come back to the chat over here on StreamYard. Are y'all ready to rock and roll? Y'all ready to get a quick little cosmic lesson? Give me some sevens in the chat if you're ready. If you're ready, give me some sevens in the chat if you are ready. Y'all ready? Manifesting bliss ready? I need a concurrence. Somebody got to back manifesting bliss up. Give me some sevens in the chat if y'all ready. Coco D, ready? Thank you for the concurrence. All right. So, in the news, we see that both Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon have been fired. I don't know about Tucker if he's been fired or he quit or whatever, but they no longer had their jobs. But from what I heard about Tucker, it is he came in Monday, yesterday, and was prepping for his show, and then it happened. So it seems like it was firing. So the question that we need to pose is, does Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, who on two completely different networks, do they have anything in common when they were born? One. Two, is something in the sky, meaning a planet right now, happens to be in the same space of the thing that they have in common? Ooh, that's the question. Now, from what I saw, it said Tucker Carlson's born 5/16/69. Don Lemon's born in 66. Okay. And so there's a 3-year difference here. Okay. 3 years. All right. So again, is anything in common? K Money, what's going on? All right. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blow it up. I probably minimize myself. All right, there we go. And we can have this conversation. All right. So I want to point your attention to. Let me take me off the screen for a minute because it may be something over here I want to get to. All right. Let's read about the planet Saturn first, okay? Because I got some newbies and my people be like, man, you be over my head. But you gotta have some intellectual curiosity to figure this out because it ain't hard. All right, so here it is. The planet Saturn is associated with discipline and foundation. And where Saturn is found, right, in a birth chart, shows how and where a person will set limits and look for security. Saturn rules Capricorn in the 10th house of reputation. Ladies and gentlemen, please note that the 10th house also represents career, because if it's about your reputation is what's out in the public. So trust me when I tell you, when you study this, the 10th house is also the house of career. Okay. Saturn's energy is conservative and self-control, as well as, and I underlined it, authoritarian, and sometimes punishing, evoking fear or depression. Saturn takes just under 30 years to orbit the zodiac and spends about 2.5 years in each sign. Okay. So, since this is a planet that represents authoritarian, it represents justice, as I have the arrows pointing to. It represents losses. Saturn's energy represents government, hence the word justice, but losses, meaning you can lose your job. Okay. So Saturn's energy, as you see, represents some type of authoritative figure along with losses. And like I said, it rules career. Okay. Okay. So I want to, you got to see this. All right. Let me give you another definition. That's some things. I think I got something here. Let me minimize. Yes. So the sun. The sun is the most prominent heavenly body. When a person refers to himself as a Leo or a Gemini or a Capricorn, they are referring to the sign that the sun was in at the moment of their birth. Hence, we be like, it's Gemini season, it's Leo season. Okay. The sun is associated with the individual's basic self and vitality. And the sign the sun is in will affect the entire personality. The sun rules Leo in the fifth house of creativity. It is associated with the urge to express the self, and negatively, the sun can be seen as an inflated sense of pride and ego. I got a big ego. Okay. The sun takes 1 year to orbit the zodiac, spending about a month in each of the 12 signs. This is why you have 12 months in a year, because our earthly calendar is in relationship to the earth and sun. Keywords that I have arrows pointing to is authority, superiors, public officials. Okay. Authority, superiors, and public officials. Yes, y'all see this. Everybody click that like button up because it's about to get juicy. Okay. Now, I showed you in the previous slide, and I'll go back to it. That underlying word there, let me blow it up a little bit. In the description of Saturn, you see the underlying word authoritarian. So Saturn represents authority, yes, and so does the sun. Bottom left arrow pointing to authority. Yes, y'all with me? Okay. So we have two planets that represent authority. One planet represents losses, which was Saturn. So it's authority and losses. All right. The sun represents self and authority. Okay. So it's a double authoritative energy. All right. I think we see that. Now, let's do this. I want to bring your attention to my favorite square chart because this is the game right here. This is the game of games right here. This is the game. I'm telling you. So I want to point your focus to Aquarius and Taurus. Okay, Aquarius and Taurus. Why? Well, before I show you why, if you pay attention and you've been looking at these last videos, since Aquarius and Taurus square each other, if you have anything, let's just say that is um early Taurus, or I'm sorry, late Taurus. Say you got something that's late Taurus, almost at Gemini, then that means something that is late Aquarius or early Pisces, because Pisces to Gemini, pay attention, Pisces to Gemini is a yellow square. Aquarius to Taurus is a green square. So if you have something, a planet when you were born in late Taurus, right next to Gemini, then the energy in late Aquarius, because Aquarius to Taurus goes, or energy early in Pisces can square that energy that is late Taurus. Okay. If the degrees are right, you got to know this. So Aquarius to Taurus, but if you got something that is almost in Gemini, then something that's in Pisces can square that energy that is very close to Gemini. I need to understand that you understand that before I can proceed. So give me some sevens in the chat if you understand that. Let me come to YouTube because there's a little lag. What's up, Tanisha? What's going on? So let me know. Y'all understand that. I need to know y'all understand that before. In fact, if you don't understand that, put some fives in the chat. If you understand, give me sevens. If you don't understand, I'll try to explain it one more time before we get into this. Okay? Because this is going to be vital for your understanding. See, once you don't understand something, you check out. What's up, Miss Glow? What's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. Manifesting Bliss. Oh, Manifesting Bliss, you got class Saturday. I hope you can make it. Class is Saturday at 1:00. All right. So you in the Patreon, you make sure you ask that, but I'm gonna try to explain it again. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm saying. Let me come back over here. All right. This is what I'm saying. Let's say you were born with a planet at Gemini. Okay. Well, you see, Gemini is connected to Pisces by the yellow square. So if somebody has planets in Pisces and you got planets in Gemini, that's going to be a problem. I pointed that out in the last show dealing with Left Eye was a Gemini, Andre Rison was a Pisces. That's a problem. Okay. So what I'm saying is, although let's just say you a Gemini, but let's also say that, hey, you're a late Taurus now. You're not a Gemini, but you're right there. In fact, tomorrow you would be a Gemini, but today is the last day of Taurus. But tomorrow's going to be Gemini season, but today is the last day of Taurus. So let's just suppose your birthday is the last day of Taurus. Well, we see Taurus is connected to Aquarius. But what I'm also telling you is, if anything is in early Pisces squares Gemini, but early Pisces will also square the energy that's right there at late Taurus, because tomorrow you would be a Gemini. So let's suppose we got something at Pisces. We can see Pisces is squaring Gemini. But again, I'm telling you that, hey, although today is the last day of Taurus, you're still affected by that energy that's in Pisces. The mathematical formula would be, hey, 90-degree angle. These zodiac signs that you see are 90 degrees apart from each other. Well, if your birthday, if the next day is Gemini season, then that's 90 degrees. But the day prior, which is today, let's just say it's today, that's 89 degrees. So guess what? You're still affected by the energy. Just because it's not a perfect 90-degree square doesn't mean that it's not a square. 89 degrees is sufficient. In fact, in this science, you get 10 degrees. So you can be 10 days before Gemini. You see what I'm saying? So at 80 degrees it starts, then 90 degrees is the exact match, and then I can go 10 more degrees to 100 degrees past that point, and it's still the same energy. So hypothetically speaking, again, we're going to say that you have something in late Taurus that is almost at Gemini. I mean, tomorrow is going to be at Gemini. Well, if something's in Pisces, it is still affecting you. Okay. All right. Come to class. Definitely come to class, because I'm going to be able to draw it for you so you can get this. Because see, once you learn how to measure this thing, that's when it's going to be game on. Okay. It's going to be game on. So make sure you come to class, and that's in the Patreon on Saturday. All right. All right. So let me move to the next one. Now, this is what it looks like. Let me blow this all the way up. Get me out the way here. Okay. So now pay attention to point number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to point number 1. At point number 1, you see something in green. That is the planet Saturn in the sky on yesterday, the 24th of April, the announcing of the firing of Tucker Carlson. We're going to do Tucker first. Okay. You got it. I'm goddess. Sweet. You got it. Manifesting Bliss. Perfect. All right. So now Saturn's right there in early Pisces. Yes. But the reason there's a long arrow pointing to the moon and the sun, if you look at the moon and sun at the bottom where the long arrow is pointing to, what do it say? 24 degrees Taurus, 25 degrees Taurus. I am telling you that late Pisces, where Saturn is at point number 1, is squaring that energy in late Taurus, because look at the sun that says 25 degrees. It's only 5 degrees away from Gemini. So Pisces and Gemini we know is a square. So the energy in late Taurus is picking up that early energy of Gemini, thus squaring, as we saw on the previous slide. Let me go back to it so you can see, thus squaring Gemini and Pisces, making that a square. So as you see it right here, Gemini and Pisces is a square, right? When you come here, you see Pisces, where Saturn is at point number 1, squaring the energy in late Taurus very close to early Gemini. So this is called transit Saturn squares natal sun. Okay, y'all with me? So point number 1, transit Saturn. Transit simply means the planet in the sky, okay? Because it's moving. Transit means motion. So Saturn in the sky is squaring about 90 degrees away. That's all a square means. An incompatible sign squaring the sun in Taurus. So this is transit Saturn squares natal sun. Point number 2, the sun in the sky in green, as you can see, is exactly in alignment where natal Saturn was when he was born. Pay attention to this, because what you just saw is what I call a cosmic common denominator. Y'all with me? This is a cosmic common denominator. Because at point number 1 is Saturn in the sky squaring the sun when Tucker was born. But point number 2 is the sun in the sky is in the same place where Saturn was when he was born. If you need to pause that, rewind it, pause it, rewind it. So it's a cosmic common denominator because in both instances it's Saturn in the sun. So when I showed you the keywords earlier, it said what? Authoritative and losses. Let me show you this way because it's going to look real good. All right. So here go Tucker's birthday, 5/16/69. Please note that Saturn appears at the head of Cetus, the sea monster. You see it? That's what Saturn is. If we was on Earth, when Tucker was born on Earth, we look out into the sky, Saturn would appear at the head of the sea monster. Okay? Now, the day he gets fired, yesterday, 4/24/23. I put the date there so you can see it. Where's the sun, ladies and gentlemen? The sun is exactly at the head of the sea monster. So when we go back to what I call a static chart at point number 2, in green is the sun in the sky, is in the place where Saturn was when he was born. See, all the chart is giving you a map of the celestial sky, which is here. Saturn's here when he's born, but then let's go to the day of the event. Voila, the sun is here when he is born. Y'all with me? So the planet of loss, let's go back a slide. Saturn represents losses, but the sun represents authority. So when the sun gets here, an authoritative figure says, hey, you're fired. But that's also in conjunction with, because remember, the sun is here every year. It takes the sun 365 days to go full circle. So every year he wasn't getting fired. But remember what I showed you earlier. He was going through Saturn square sun. At the same time, the sun in the sky is where Saturn was when he was born. So now when it's a double whammy, they rolling together. When the alignment happens, Now it can manifest itself. So the sun being here every year simply, it's just not enough. It's just not enough necessarily. So you put that in conjunction with, Saturn squares Sun, Sun conjunct Saturn. These two is going back and forth. And let me tell you something. This is the real, and I need to look you in the face when I tell you this. This is the real story. You see that sun behind me? The sun is the light of God. I am the light of the world, the son of God, the light of the world. And you see that dude right here with the rings? Saturn, aka Satan. I keep telling you, this is about forces of nature. So Saturn rules Capricorn, which is the cold season. You saw Saturn's energy, cold. It represses, it suppresses, it contracts, while the light of the sun gives out. These are two opposing forces. So Satan in the sun of God is nothing more than Saturn in the sun. Hence, these 12 months that you go through are the real 12 disciples. Ain't got nothing to do with Peter and all them. Those are states of consciousness. So that's very real because we go through these individual states of different psychological states that we go through as human beings. But it's also a play to show you that these 12 states of consciousness is also within these 12 zodiacal frequencies. Okay. All right. All right. Y'all ready? All right. Let's go back here. So let me bring this here. All right. Up. No, I'd rather blow it up. Let's go here. All right. Let's look at Mr. Don Lemon. Don Lemon, born 3/1/1966. Please note the position of Saturn. Saturn appears to be in between. Now, I don't want to look at, we can note Saturn. Saturn's in between Pisces, the fish, and Aquarius. Note the position of the sun. The sun is right at the base of Aquarius. Aquarius is known as the water bearer. It's pouring out the water onto the earth, right? So the sun appears right there on the water, okay? When Don Lemon was born. Saturn's not too far from that. Yes, y'all see this. Mark the position of the sun, because for Mr. Don Lemon, on the day of the event, where's Saturn, ladies and gentlemen? Saturn is in the same position where the sun was. So wait a minute. Tucker has the sun in the sky. In fact, let me just show you what's going on. Let's pay attention to it, because this is what happened. Tucker, when he was born, right? When he was born, the sun was where? Or Saturn was where? Saturn was at the head of the sea monster. Right? Was it Saturn? Right? And the energy swapped. And where Don is at, Don Lemon, right? The sun was there, but Saturn is there now. You see that? So it's the same energy, but it's just swapped out. And the beauty about this is the beauty to me. The beauty to me is one is white and one is black. I'm gonna explain that. Let me go back a minute because people just came in. I want to go back to when Tucker was born, which is here. Saturn is at the head of the sea monster when Tucker was born, right? But now, on the day of the event, the sun is there. But when Don was born, the sun was right there. But in the sky, Saturn is there. So they're swapping Sun-Saturn placements, but both of them are having the same reality. Black and white, they're men. Saturn represents an authoritative figure, which represents daddy. The sun literally represents masculine energy. I go back to the slide and show you that the sun represents the father in males. Okay. So their energies is swapped, but it's the same interplay. Saturn and sun. It don't matter if it's the sun on Saturn, meaning the sun in the sky right now is what Saturn was, and it don't matter if Saturn in the sky right now is where the sun was. And that's what happened with these two. I'll say it again. Where the sun is right now, where you see Tucker at, that's what Saturn was when he was born. And what Saturn is right now for Don Lemon, that's where the sun was when he was born. And they both have the same experience. Check. Y'all get it? Tell me you got it. More Soul Knowledge TV. What's happening? Y'all got it? Tell me you understand it. Okay? Y'all understand it? Let me know. Put some sevens in the chat if you understand it. Because that's literally the last slide. I don't have nothing else to prove. I don't have nothing else to see. It's easy. But I'll go back to the sun. Because what do it say in the second column at the top? The sun represents male masculinity. And if you go down, you will see it says the father. Okay? So the sun represents masculine energy. So does Saturn. Okay? So now my question would be, since Saturn's involved though, right? Since Saturn's involved, is both CNN and Fox getting a little bit of government pressure? Because Saturn does represent government. Is there a little bit of government pressure somewhere? What's going on? What's going on here? I don't know. Time will tell. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and show you this, show you how this science actually works and whatnot. That's how it works. When the planets align, as we say, oh, I guess the planets were aligned. The planets were aligned. Okay. All right. That's true. Planets align. But when the planets align, now what? It shows you something. You know what I'm saying? It shows you something. There's a particular energy that's there. All right. So, hey, man. It don't get no simpler than that. All right. So I am Goddess 369 says, I kind of still think this is all a part of their game. Well, for both of those things to happen, it most certainly look like there's something. Somebody's making some phone calls. There's something going on. Or if it's not something going on, what a beautiful cosmic coincidence. You see what I'm saying? I love the fact that it goes on because we get to showcase a science that has been frowned upon and not even considered a science. You know what I'm saying? For religious reasons, it was kicked out of the circle of science. But like I said, next time you in the supermarket and you checking out, you open up that Farmer's Almanac and you tell me if you're not going to see the Zodiac man, and they're going to have each Zodiac sign pointing to a region of the body, because each sign is 12, there's right 12 Zodiac signs. There's 12 bodily systems, man. And the immune system is not a bodily system. It's not. Where's the immune system in your body? The immune system is the lymphatic system. There's no such thing as an immune system. Okay? Like an immune system? No. That's the lymphatic system. Okay? So there's 12 bodily systems, but you got 12 cranial nerves in your brain. But then you got 12 months of reality. And the biggest number on the wall clock, as far as how we measure time, is 12. The Holy Quran says, as far as months, as far as I am concerned, this is Allah talking, as far as I am concerned, the number of months are 12. This is in the Holy Quran, right? So again, Jesus and the 12 disciples. Take it to the Old Testament. Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel. Go to Genesis 49 when Jacob is talking and see if he ain't describing zodiac signs. So this science, the cosmic science, your relationship to it, that's the ultimate game. The realization of that in conjunction to how to control the consciousness that or the indwelling spirit that's within, which the yogi boys got, particularly some masters of Kriya Yoga and some master of Tibet Buddhism has that particular science. Okay. All right. Shout out to the 31 people that made it, man. All right. So any questions? I don't want to be long. We're longer than the average attention span on YouTube. When I look at the numbers, we're way longer than that in a sense. But any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Put it in the chat for me. Everybody click the thumbs up button for me. All right. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. While you do that, all right. While you do that, man, y'all better stop playing. If y'all want to learn, I'm having a private class Saturday at 1 p.m. for all of the Patreon stargazers. Just gonna have a conversation and I want you to come with it's more of a Q&A, but I do want to start showing you how to measure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna throw some birth charts in there and ask some questions, and you can get busy and let's have fun. So you got to be in the Patreon group to be able to participate, and it's stupid cheap. Okay, it's only $15. All right, so but this is how we gonna help each other beef up that skill set. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, if you saw the left eye video, if you didn't see it, you slipping, but you saw that, like, it's like, oh, okay, like that was insane. You know what I mean? Literally insane. It's like, oh, no. Our energy don't. No, it's not only on Saturdays. I just put it for this Saturday. So it'll vary. It'll vary. It just varies on availability and what's going on. So I just put it on this Saturday at 1 p.m. and whatnot. All right. Thank you, Tanisha. Yep. All right. Any other questions before we wrap up and get out? Super, super, super easy. Land is golden. What up? What's happening? Oh, so the one-on-ones. What you mean by one-on-ones? If you're talking about the reports, the personal reports, I started today doing them. And then I looked at my log and I'm like, God dang, I didn't open my mouth, let people in, because my workload then got bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I started today. I actually did over my quota so I can finish the month out a little early, hopefully. And so I don't know. All I know is when I open that up for the personal reports, y'all got to jump on it, because I just can't leave it open, because I am going to be one busy fella, and I need to be spending some time. I can't spend all my time doing that. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I'm in a whole real estate office that I gotta run and outperform last year. You know what I'm saying? And I need to start shooting some real estate content, because I'm about to show y'all some behind the scenes stuff with that as well. All right. Thank you, Manifesting Bliss. The left eye video was phenomenal. Yeah, personal reports. Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know. Y'all just got to play it by ear. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button for me. Click the like button, because it helps the algorithm. If you're on the email list, you'll get notified then. But most certainly, I'll be running my mouth on YouTube when I open that back up. All right. We good? We good? We good? We straight? We super straight? We straight here. I'm gonna take a Anybody want to come on camera real fast? If you want to come on and you got a question, I dropped the link in there. So if you want to come on the back end of the studio with me, come on back. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to come on, let me remove this. All right. You can come on real fast. Manifesting Bliss said the personal reports are fire, true to the time. Yeah, I had like one person today, they can get pregnant if they can still have children like this entire month that's coming up. See, I'm doing reports for people for May right now. And so by the end of April, they have a whole outline of what May is. So I'll be like, hey, you can get pregnant. This could be literal and or creative. So if you don't want to physically get pregnant, like this is a time to be super duper creative. And this is also a good month where potentially if you want to go gamble, casino, it may be favorable for you. Or it could be both. So either it's your creative child and you get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to get pregnant, then you really need to pay attention to what you're doing right here during these 30 days. If it's Mars, 60 days. You know what I'm saying? That this pregnancy portal is on you. You know what I'm saying? It's just some things to know. Mars in the 5th house could also represent children getting into an accident. So this is a time where you want your children to be extra careful. Don't let them take that extra trip or something. Depends how protective you are in a sense, but this stuff is it's invaluable because see, this is two things, right? There's a science that deals with the mind attracting, and that's very fun. It's beautiful. The balance to that is the cosmic science, because the cosmic science is the only one that's going to give you the future, whether it's tomorrow, next month, next 5 years, 50 years, it don't matter. We can go all the way up into the future, and based off the planetary energies, we can see what the likely potential of the environment is going to be. So since we know that that's the likely potential of the environment, then the question is that in conjunction to what you want? Because if that's what you want, then you need to start working towards that, because that time in the future equals the best time of manifestation. So in other words, if you want to give birth to a child that is like, okay, I may want an Aquarian baby, then okay, I think we need to conceive like right here in this particular pocket. Perhaps maybe you conceive in Taurus. 9 months later, then perhaps we're going to be bam right here in Aquarius. So yeah, why do I want an Aquarius? Because I'm an Aquarius. And so this energy is going to be favorable. And then if we plan it right, then it can be a new moon in Aquarius. So now the sun is in Aquarius, the moon's in Aquarius, Mercury's in Aquarius, and there's a window where Venus may be in Aquarius as well. So now we got 4 planets in Aquarius. That serves me well, right? So because sometimes, and even sometimes, you can give birth to children who you don't like, but you won't admit that. You won't admit it. And they don't like you. Now, you may admit that part. You know what I'm saying? But, these souls that come through us, is predicated upon, they're going to have their own cosmic influences that's going to shape their psychology. So it may be in total odds to you. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to figure that out, you can figure that out now. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the beauty of this. Okay. All right. The numbers is falling, which tells me we're way past people's attention span. All right. So anyway, man, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Chime in, but get to that Patreon, man, so you can get into the Saturday's class. All right. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.